So on the front, you do have an RGB-N, that is in, RGB-N, in. Damn it. My name's Mark Magana, and you are watching the VintageGamer.com YouTube channel. Did you foolishly throw away your CRT TV thinking, I'm never going to need this square, boxy piece of junk again? What on earth would I want that for? And then, years later, when you got into classic gaming, you plugged your old console into your flat screen, your high-def flat screen, and it looked terrible. Were you that guy? It's alright, a lot of people did that. I didn't. I've had this bad boy since 2004. However, a lot of people did that, and they're regretting it, because as not great as this CRTV with the RCA cables coming in from our lovely Sega Saturn, as not great as that looks by modern standards, it would look a whole lot worse on a modern TV, I promise you. So if you haven't had that experience yet, save yourself the agony. It really doesn't matter if it's a NES or a Genesis or a Nintendo 64, whatever. The upscalers in most modern TVs do not get the job done, and it just makes a horrible, more smeary, pixelated mess. And I'm guessing if you're watching this video, maybe you've encountered something like that. Yeah, it sucks. There is a cure. There is a cure for that. You could go get yourself a nice, lovely CRT TV. That's one option. Not everyone has room for that. I really don't have room for that. We're sitting in my dining room right now, for crying out loud. But the other option is this bad boy. The XRGB-mini Framemeister. Yeah. XRGB-mini Framemeister. I knew that. Everyone just calls it Framemeister, but it's the XRGB-mini Framemeister from a company called Micomsoft. Yeah, Japanese company. And these have been around for a while. A lot of guys with classic gaming channels and stuff, for people that just like a nice clean picture and don't maybe have a CRT TV or space for it or want to spend money on another one, whatever. This is the answer you have been looking for. It's not cheap. The last time I looked, they were about $370 on Amazon.com. They are imported from Japan. As you can see, the box is in Japanese, except for the part that says Framemeister, which sounds kind of German. This is going to be an unboxing video. I will review it at a later date, but I thought I hadn't really seen an unboxing on a Framemeister, so I thought I would go ahead and do a video. Nothing but the finest here at VintageGamer.com. As you can see, I am using my car keys to open this thing up. I moved recently. I really don't know where like any of my crap is, so that's my excuse. But yeah, all the way from Japan. Konnichiwa, Framemeister, konnichiwa. All right. All right. Wow, it's a box with stuff in it. Who would have guessed? All right. I'm just teasing. I love unboxing videos, personally. Well, no challenge here. That's in Japanese. And it would appear all of these instructions are going to be in Japanese. We have a, what I believe is the stand. I don't really see anyone use the stand, but I believe it's the stand for the Framemeister. Kind of like the one for the PlayStation 4. We had a couple of AAA batteries. And what's in box number 1, Bob? All right, what do you think it is for a gold star? you guess power cord, you get a gold star. Okay, so we got a very reasonably sized power cord. I'm just happy it's not some big brick I have to leave laying on the ground somewhere. So there's that. Mr. Batteries, Mr. Stand. And Mr. Framemeister. And Mr. Kitty Cat. There it is. Really not that big. I mean, you can see it next to my hands, or the AAA batteries. It's not a giant, enormous thing. Here it is compared to a Sega Saturn controller. It's just not the giant thing. I think some people think maybe it is. I mean, there's lots of Framemeister videos, but I just initially. I knew what I was getting when the box came, obviously, but for some reason, I thought it was going to be like a VCR, DVD size, DVD player size thing, and it's really not. RGB in right here on the front. That's the best quality video you can get. We don't really have that here in the United States. That's more of a PAL thing, I guess. So if you got SCART cables, obviously you have the traditional RCA jacks. And that is S-Video, blast from the past. Back in the 90s, guys, if you had like a VCR and a TV that did S-Video, that was the bee's knees. That was about as good as it got. If you had a good, like, Panasonic was really a thing back in the 90s. If you had like a good Panasonic TV, and yeah, actually we usually had Panasonic VCRs now that I think about it. Yeah, if you had some good Panasonic equipment or Sony equipment with an S-Video, and surround sound was wired back then. Now in the back, we got some HDMIs, some audios, some different, most of these are outs. That's the power, obviously. But, so we got some HDMI in, some HDMI out, if I am understanding that correctly. Yes. And then, for our sound. That's nice. So if you have an old computer monitor or something laying around, that's a nice touch. I think that's what that's for. I hope I didn't just make myself look stupid on the internet, because that's never happened before. But yeah, this is the Framemeister. You too can have one for a little more than the price of a modern console. Alright, what else we got in the box? We got a cord. This is a SCART adapter. There's that RGB thing, so SCART cables, fancy Japanese cables, they look very similar. They are not compatible at all. But you get your SCART cable out of your RGB output on your, I don't know, your Genesis or what have you. Plug it in there. This baby goes in the front. HDMI out to your TV in the back, and you have one awesome picture. So that is amazing Japanese ingenuity. The only thing remotely, and I wouldn't call it an upscaler, but for older videos on my channel, I used to have a Canopus, I think it was like an AV55 or something like that, and it was an analog to digital converter, but it wasn't really an upscaler. So this is so much better. And 10 years ago, that's what was available. So I'm excited to have one of these now. The remote control. This is exciting. And, well, shit, it's in Japanese. It is seriously in Japanese. I do know that they do happen to make an overlay for the remote control. You can buy it online. They're on eBay, so it's totally a gettable thing. So that is the contents of the Framemeister box. One remote control, one Framemeister, one stand, one power cord, one set of AAA batteries, some Japanese instructions, and I'm guessing this is a Japanese quick setup thing or something. I don't know. I live in Cleveland. I don't think there's many people around here that speak Japanese, so it will be YouTube videos and overlays and whatever else I can piece together. Probably from the good people over at My Life in Gaming. If you are looking to figure out how to set up and get the best possible picture from your retro consoles, My Life in Gaming. I'm so excited to get this puppy plugged in and to see what it can do. As you can see, I do have a CRTV, obviously, but I really want to see what the upscaling will do, and especially something like the Saturn with the, I don't know if you guys can see it, I got a Virtua stick over there. To have that on a computer monitor and be able to put the joystick on the computer, or excuse me, on my computer desk, I think that's just going to make it so much more enjoyable to play. I think that's going to be great, and obviously it's also a godsend for recording game footage. So most of what you see on this channel, except for the modern stuff, I'm sure is going to be coming through the Framemeister. The PlayStation and the Saturn, and really my beloved Apple II, this is the way to go. So, all right. If you are so inclined to follow me on social media, I don't know why you'd want to do that, but if you would want to do that, a link to my personal Facebook is below, and you are welcome to send me a friend request. Not everything I post is about classic video games, but some of it is. And all of the other horrible things I say on social media, I'll just kindly ask you to ignore. Sit, Dick, sit. Good cat.